Hey everyone, Luis here. I'm back, and this time I'm going to make a very demanded video by some of my subscribers in the past few days. It's a battle between two of the small 4K printers that we have in the market today. In one side of the corner we have the longer Orange 4K from Longer, and at the other side of the corner we have the Phrzoen Sonic Mini 4K, okay, from Phrzoen, of course. I will try to cover all aspects of both printers, okay, build quality, print quality, consistency, price, and things like that. I will try to do my best. It's not an easy video to do. It's not just come here and talk. I think it's important to show, and it will demand a little bit of editing, but I will try to do my best, okay? So stick with me and I'm going to guide you through that, okay? And if you did not subscribe yet, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment in the comment section if you have something important to share with the community, okay? Thank you very much, and let's get started. Okay, starting with the first aspect that I'm going to compare is the build quality, okay? And in this aspect we have here two very distinct printers, okay, machines. The Phrzoen machine, it's a, how can I say that? It's more on the cheap side of the spectrum. They have like a plastic body. The body of the printer it's all plastic. You can check that it's very light. It's a very light machine, okay? It has like the top part of the printer it's metal, but the bottom part it's all plastic, okay? The cover of the Sonic Mini it's a less thick plastic, it's a more thin plastic in this case. It's light, and I don't know, I did not do the UV test, but some people complain about that it not block the entire UV lights that come to the printer. I never done this test, but for me it always worked fine, okay? On the other side we have the longer Orange. And starting from the cover is a thick plastic. It's a little bit heavier than the Sonic Mini one. It's big, well built. I never had problem with it. And on the printer we have here entire metal body, okay? It's completely made of solid metal. It's heavy. I cannot raise this printer with only one hand, okay? It's really heavy, and it's a solid piece of machine, okay? I think you will not have any problem with this printer bending or breaking or anything like that. It's a solid machine, okay? So on this part, definitely I give the point to the longer Orange, okay? It's a much better and sturdier machine than the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, okay? The next aspect I would like to cover is the VAT. And in this one, again, we have very different takes on the VAT, okay? On both printers. Starting with the longer, they decided to go for a plastic VAT, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but I think it's a little bit difficult to change the fat film for this VAT. I've done that once, and it's not like straightforward like in this guy here, okay? But it's a nice VAT. It not brought me any problem. I already printed a lot with this printer, and I had zero issues with this VAT, okay? I don't like the way the vat is placed, because you need to really go and find the hole on the printer. There is no markings or any thing here that helps you to guide you to put the vat on the right place. So this is something that definitely they could have worked better and give a better experience to the user. On the other side, or other contender here, the Sonic Mini, on my reviews that I've already posted on this channel, I don't like the way the vat is placed here, but I think it's better than this one, because at least you are sure that you are put on the right place. Okay, it's just guide through those screws here, and you are fine. And different from this one, the vat on the Sonic Mini is metal. It's all made of aluminum, and it's a light aluminum vat. And I've talked about that on my review. I think it's one of the best vats that I've had the chance to work with. It not have the poor the recess here for you to pour your resin, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal in the end. There is no markings or anything like that. Again, not a huge deal. The important thing about this vat is that it's easy to change the FAP. It's just one frame basically, and you just need to place the FAP film here, tight the screws, and that's it. I've posted a video about that too, and I think it's one of the more user-friendly vats that we have today in the market to help the user to change FAPs and things like that. So on this aspect, I give the point to the Sonic Mini. Okay. So next aspect is the build plate. I will start with the longer Orange 4K, because different from the vat, this build plate is one of the best build plates that I've had the chance to work with. It's just amazing. I will show the video with a close-up of this build plate, and it's just not scratch at all. I use the metal spatula directly to remove my prints from here, and I never had a single scratch on this build plate. It's just perfect. I like the way it fits perfectly here on the support. The screw is easy to for you to tighten and assemble. The leveling system is the 4-bolt 4-screw leveling system. Very easy to do, and also it's sloped to one side, and it works perfectly fine being that way. Okay, so I really love this build plate. It's one of the best build plates I've had the chance to work with. On the other side, the Sonic Mini one, I don't like it. First, the screw comes with the build plate. I think this is just bad. The way it connects to the support is terrible. You need to make sure that you are holding it correctly to not have problems when you are tightening the bolt. It's all scratched, as you can see here. I will show up close up of that here. It feels cheap. Okay, this build plate really feels cheap for me. The only big advantage of this build plate is that there is no way for the resin to be stuck here on the base. Different from this one, for example, that sometimes the resin goes inside the bolts here, and it's difficult to clean. In this case here, it's easier to clean, but beside that, this is the only positive point of this build plate. The rest is just not cool. It's just cheap, and I don't like it. I think it's not a very good design for a build plate. Okay, so the point goes to longer on this one. Next important aspect is the Z-axis of the printers, and obviously this one goes to the longer orange. It has dual Z, as you can see, and it's solid as hell. This thing do not move at all in any circumstance, and different from the Sonic Mini that it's well documented, and a lot of people already complained about that. This Z axis here just bend sometimes, depending on the pressure that you put on the build plate. It's just bend. It's a single Z axis here. The linear rail, right? It's a single linear rail. This one is dual linear rail. Okay, so this one is much more stable. It's much higher than this one, and I think it's important to have dual linear rails in this case, because it goes like 60 centimeters more than this one. It's 190 here, it's 130 here, so it's important to have a solid Z axis or Z or linear rail on this printer. Okay, so again the point goes to this one, to the longer, because it's much better on this printer than on the Phrzoen Sonic Mini. Okay, another aspect that people always ask in Facebook groups and other communities, it's about screen protector, and in this aspect longer also gets the point, because they have here a screen protector. Okay, glass screen protector here. There is no tape, it's not needed, because you have this glass protector on top of the screen. In case of the Sonic Mini, you have this the screen is directly has direct access to the FEP film of the vat, and if you have any problem, good luck to remove all the all the resin and all the mess that it makes. And it needs definitely to have this tape around to prevent the resin to go inside of the machine. Okay, so in this aspect definitely the point goes to the longer orange 4K too. Okay, another aspect between these two printers is the build volume. Okay, in this aspect no doubt is the Sonic Mini wins over the longer orange. As you can see here, there is a considerable difference between both build plates. Okay, and it's because this printer, the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, uses a 6 inches screen. This one uses a 5.5 inches screen. Okay, so of course that impact on the build volume of the printer. But on the other side, this printer here, the longer orange 4K, has a higher resolution. Because of that, it's 31.5 per 10.5, and it's 10.5 because they use a proprietary technology on the UI axis here that gives more precision and more quality. To be honest, I never noticed the difference, but probably there is some difference on that. In case of the Phrzoen, because of this increased screen size. They have 35 microns of XY resolution, okay? So on build volume, I give the points to the Phrzoen Sonic Mini 4K, of course, and on the print quality I give, or print resolution, okay, not quality but resolution, I give to the longer Orange 4K. The next aspect is the touchscreen, and on this one I will show here some videos of the touchscreen of both printers. And for this one I give the point to the Phrzoen, okay? The interface and the screen is bigger, starting from there. The screen of the longer Orange 4K is ridiculous small. I don't know why they've done that. But the Phrzoen it's bigger, and the interface is much more user-friendly. It's much more easier to use than the longer Orange 4K. I don't know why they do not show the masks of each layer. In case of the Phrzoen, they show that for each layer you see the layer that are the mask of the layer on the screen. I think that's great. In case of the longer, it not shows that. It shows only a static image of the print and shows in which layer you are, but do not show the mask and what you are printing at that moment. The good aspect that this printer has over this one is that it shows the temperature of the printer, so you know if it's too cold, if you need to have an extra if you are going to have any problem with overheating or anything like that. So this is a good thing on this one, but it shows on the screen and everything. This one you do not know, the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, you do not know the temperature, you do not know nothing unless you make your own thing to detect the temperature, okay? So on the LCD screen of this one, it's of the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, gives a point to it, okay? And the longer Orange receives a point because of the temperature detection that the Phrzoen does not have, okay? Light source. Light source is the next thing. The light source of the longer Orange is much more stronger than the one from Phrzoen's Sonic Mini 4K, and that's is easy to detect because of the cure times that this printer use comparing with this one using exactly the same resin, okay? With this one, using, for example, the Z-Mud from Unis, where I printed these models here, I printed with 1.6 seconds on 0.05 millimeters high, layer high, okay? And it printed beautifully and perfect in both cases here. For the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, I had to go higher, and even going higher, it not works as I expected. As you can see for this model here that I will do a close-up. The base did not print it, and one of the arms just did not print it because of, I think, underexposure. This model here just printed fine, but it was my second attempt. So I had to use like 2.5, 2.6, and still it's not there to cure this resin, okay? So this light source here, it's much more weaker than the longer Orange, and this is something that I detected on my review of the Phrzoen Sonic Mini. Unfortunately, for some reason, the light source of this printer is not that strong. So you need to go sometimes over 3 seconds for you to have some good prints. And that's impact, of course, directly on the print time. To print the same models on both printers, the difference is around 30 to 40 minutes because of these cure times. Okay, so the points goes to longer orange on this one. Okay. Another important aspect for me, at least, is the noise level of both of those printers. And in this case here, I don't know, starting from the fan noise. Okay, the Phrzoen Sonic Mini has one good thing, which is the fan only works when the printer is printing. Okay, so that makes the printer be more quiet than the longer orange when it's just turned on. But the thing is, when they start to print and both are with the fan turned on, the longer orange is quieter than the fan of the Phrzoen Sonic Mini. Okay, and also the motor sound, the up and down sound of the motor, the longer it's quieter. I will show here some videos of both printers working for you to check the difference, but definitely the longer is quieter than the Phrzoen. And for this one, I give the point to the longer orange 4K. In terms of print quality, I did not print that much to compare. I print a lot with this one, I print a lot with the Phrzoen Sonic Mini, I printed a lot with the longer orange 4K, and both printers deliver a very good result. Okay, very good results. I can show on the screen. You can check my reviews on both printers. They both deliver very good results. The big difference, and it's for me, both are even on that aspects. It's 1 point for each of the printers. Both printers deliver good results. The big difference here, and it's another aspect that I would like to talk about, is the consistency. Okay, longer orange 4K is a much more consistent printer by far. Okay, I really have a very few fails with this printer comparing with the Phrzoen Sonic Mini. I don't know, maybe I'm too demanding in terms of cure times, and I like to push to the limits of the printer, and yeah, maybe the Phrzoen really needs much more cure times than I normally use. And the problem is I have a baseline to compare, right? I have this printer to compare, I have other printers to compare, and really the Phrzoen Sonic Mini needs more cure times, and that sometimes leads to more fails because it's less forgiving printer, let's say, than this one. This one you can go with cure times less than 2 seconds and around 2 seconds, a little bit over 2 seconds, and it works perfectly. Even very delicate models like these ones that I printed here, and it's a beast of machine. It really prints consistently. I had very few fails on both small prints and bigger prints. It prints really nicely. The Phrzoen, not that much. It needs more practice, more trial and error, and leads to more bad prints and fails, and so until you really reach that sweet spot for you to print good with the printer, okay? So in consistency, definitely the point goes to the longer orange, okay? The last aspect is price, and on that one I will show here the price, okay, of both printers. And the thing is, the longer orange 4K is definitely more expensive than the Phrzoen Sonic Mini. If it's worth it, I don't know, it depends on your case. I think the longer orange 4K is a much more stable machine. I have more consistency printing with the longer than with the Phrzoen. I have much more failures with this one than with the longer orange. I think it's fair, the price that they are asking for this longer printer. No, I think it's a little bit to the expensive side, in my opinion. I bought mine on Kickstarter, so I got a very good deal on this one. But nowadays, for the retail price of this printer is not that good. It's close to 700, as you can saw there. And the Phrzoen Sonic Mini you can find around 400, right? Dollars. So the point goes to the Phrzoen, because yeah, it's difficult to go against numbers in this case. So Phrzoen have the lead on this one. So what's the result, right? In the end, the math is not that complicated, right? The winner is the longer orange 4K, and by far it has a lot of good aspects comparing with the Sonic Mini 4K. It's a much more sturdier and heavier machine. I think if you are a professional that needs to print very delicate models, jewelry, dentistry, if you need to have like very high precision and intricate details and things like that, the longer is the way to go. If you are more on the hobby side, if you are printing only models like this, if you do not have any professional aspiration when you are printing, definitely this Sonic Mini 4K, it's a printer to go. It works well, not so good as this one, but it works fine. You can print a lot of things with this machine. This is my second Phrzoen Sonic Mini 4K. It's a nice machine. I think they are now offering like an upgrade kit to help with the consistency of the printer, because one of the problems that people have with this printer is the Z-axis bending or something like that. So it's possible to just upgrade, and people say it works fine. And I think if you buy a new printer today, it comes already with this upgraded kit and things like that. But it's a nice printer, okay? You can use it for a long time, and it will bring a lot of joy and good results, as you can see here, okay? And you can check on my reviews too. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.